Yeah. Yeah.
What's good? It's your boy JayThat'sMe. We're going to get into Smackdown from April the 18th, 2025, the go-home show to WrestleMania 41. The show was okay because of the opening promo from Seth Rollins and the closing promo from Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Outside of that, the rest of the show was boring and it was a waste of time. As most of all these Raws and Smackdowns have been for months, especially for SmackDown. SmackDown has been nonsensical for well over 6 to 8 months. Like, SmackDown has fallen off of a cliff big time. So we kicked the show off with Seth Rollins. Basically, he gets into the ring. He sits Indian style, cuts his version of the pipe bomb. He mentions, CM Punk coming back and how he really didn't stay gone long. He ended up going to AEW. He didn't really say that. So the main reason he went to AEW was because he got wrote a big fat check. Then when that bridge was burned, like every other bridge, he came back to WWE 10 years later. And the reason why Punk did that again was because he got another big fat check. So Seth Rollins basically just called CM Punk a liar and a fraud and a coward. The fans, they started chanting OTC. Seth Rollins said that Roman Reigns doesn't care about them. Roman's basically just in the business of Roman Reigns. Just focused on him. He's in his private jet. He's got a limited schedule. He's got handpicked opponents. Seth Rollins basically said that he sacrificed for 12 long years for this industry. And it all started with Paul Heyman. He says Paul Heyman got himself, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose into WWE to be a shield for CM Punk. He said that he sacrificed every single night for the company. And Seth Rollins said his sacrifice started last year. It all came to a head last year in the main event of WrestleMania, when his knee was hanging on by a thread, when his stepdad was dying at home of cancer. He made sure that he was there at the very end to be a shield to make sure that Roman Reigns lost. So, Seth says that the story between them started 12 years ago when Heyman bought himself and Roman into WWE. And it ends tomorrow night in the most important triple threat match in the history of this industry. Seth says that he promises to do exactly what he has done for the past 12 years. He'll lay it all on the line. He'll sacrifice everything that he has to make sure that this business, this company, and this industry moves forward in the right direction. And Seth says that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. And that was it. This was okay, a little bit too long, but we get it. I'm hoping that Seth Rollins aligned himself with Paul Heyman, that Paul Heyman screws both Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Pause. Because I want this to bleed into night 2. I want it to be where The Rock and Travis Scott and Seth Rollins, they end up costing Cody Rhodes the title. Again, this all leads back to Seth Rollins being in the Authority 12 years ago and everything else. So, he's a stooge. Well, I mean, he's not a stooge, but, he's hungry for power and he will sell his soul. So maybe Seth Rollins probably will show up on night 2 as well to cost Cody. So that would be great. So that makes perfect sense anyway. That would be poetic justice if you really think about it, actually. He helped Cody last year, and then this year he could possibly stab him in the back, which would be great. So that's good. So hopefully that does happen. All right, moving on. So Carmelo Hayes wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It had all of your favorite mid-carders and tag teams in there. So Los Garza was in there. Our Triple Carlito, they were in there. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bates, Akira Tozawa. The Creeds were in this, I think. Nakamura was in this. Rey Fenix was in this. So the final four came down to Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, Rey Fenix, and Nakamura. So Nakamura was eliminated first. Then it was Rey Fenix. But El Grande Americana, he showed up. And he ended up costing Rey Fenix. And then it came down to Andrade and Carmelo. And Carmelo gets the win. Because The Miz ended up saving Carmelo. So this is great. Post-match, The Miz comes out and they celebrate with the trophy. So good stuff. I do like this. This could be the sign of a push for Carmelo, maybe. But more often than not, most people who end up winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial Trophy, a lot of them end up being released in a few years. So hopefully that does not happen with Carmelo. I like Melo, but I hope that this can catapult him to being U.S. champion sometime later this year. Hopefully it does happen. So I guess this is a good decision by Triple H. I guess. I mean, I don't fucking know. Only time will tell. Moving on. So we get a sit-down interview between Wade Barrett and Charlotte Flair. Wade asked Charlotte why things got ugly between her and Tiffany. Charlotte says she doesn't love it. They've moved past it. She has a chip on her shoulder, and she thinks that Tiffany Stratton has a chip on her shoulder as well. Charlotte says she doesn't love it, but people are really invested. Are not really invested in the WrestleMania match. And if anything, and if there's anything that matters most to her, it's that people tune in to see Charlotte at WrestleMania. And this is how they got there. She thinks this is what the business is about. It can be insensitive, but that's how you get tough skin. Nobody cares about this. Nobody's a fan of Charlotte Flair. Charlotte is an okay worker. She is. But I am scared for Tiffany Stratton. I do have a feeling that tomorrow that Charlotte will end up winning. I have that fear because I feel that Triple H still can't get past his black and gold babies. I don't think he can. I don't. And it shows. It really does show. Like, Triple H cannot stop moving on from fucking black and gold. Like, look, nobody cares about black and gold. Black and gold, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Black and gold was a money pit for NXT. It didn't make them any money. It did not make them any money. Moving on. So this leads us into the Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky segment. So Rhea shows up first. She says she let herself get distracted by Bianca Belair, and she lost her championship. She said she could come out and talk and complain about the last few weeks, but she won't do that. She says Sunday she'll get back what she wants and does what she has to do. Rhea's walking out of WrestleMania as a 3-time Women's World Champion. So Io shows up. Then immediately after that, Bianca shows up. So the fans, they boo. The Vegas fans, they boo. Dumb retards. The reason why I say that is because Bianca was getting cheered all the way in January and back in February, even when she won the Chamber. And then now, forward a month, and she's being booed. She got booed heavily overseas. Again, I will say this. I like Io, but Io does not need to be in this situation. All right? Io is a third fucking wheel. She is. The match should be at WrestleMania 41, Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair 1-on-1. You could put Io in a tag team or whatever, or she dismisses the show. That's the problem with Triple H. He's not afraid. He's too fucking afraid to actually say, no, you're not getting your WrestleMania moment this year. You might be able to get it next year or whatever, but this year, it's not your time right now. He's afraid to tell these talents no and everything else. It's like, bruh, stop it with this shit. If you can't get on the WrestleMania card, then so be it. Like, what the fuck? So Bianca says she was gonna definitely show up tonight because tonight might be her last night on Smackdown for a minute, for a while. Because at WrestleMania she's walking out as champion. So Naomi shows up. Rhea's looking confused. Naomi tells Bianca that she finally decided to show up to SmackDown. She won't even try to talk to her. She tells Bianca she filled up her voicemail box and called her and texted her. She asked Bianca if their friendship means so little to them. Naomi says that she wanted to handle this in private. Bianca tells her she knows exactly why she's not responding. She said what she said and she meant it. Bianca says they're not going to do this right now. And then Naomi gets in the ring and tells Bianca that Jade wasn't there for her like she was. Naomi says she'll finish what she started with Jade Cargill tomorrow. So Jade shows up. And Bianca... Naomi stands behind Bianca. Then Naomi leaves. Jade and Bianca, they start to argue. And then Rhea tells Jade this isn't about her. So Naomi shows up from behind. She shoves Jade into Rhea. A massive brawl ensues. And then Io ends up standing tall. She hits her over the moon. My bad. She hits her over the moon moonsault. Say that 3 times fast. And she stands tall. Oh my God. I don't give a shit about this. I don't. This is a waste of time. Moving on. So we cut to the back. Ray Phoenix, he's in pain. So American Made and they show up and they tell Ray that he had a great night, but he's not as great as El Grande Americana. So Dragon Lee shows up along with Rey Mysterio. So all 6 men are face to face. Ray tells Chad Gable that El Grande Americana will learn about Lucha Libre at WrestleMania. So Chad Gable then gets angry, and then he challenges Ray to a 6-man tag. Great, good shit. Moving on. So this leads us into the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits for the WWE Tag Team Championships. It ended up being no contest because DIY showed up. They got involved, and they took the tag team titles away. What the fuck? How dumb is this? Oh, my God. Triple H, you are so stupid. You are so damn stupid. Why would you do this? I'm hoping that they do put the tag team titles on the line at either night 1 or night 2. It doesn't matter which night. Just put the titles on Mania. Like, come on. Moving on. So let's lead this into Chelsea Green and Nick Aldis. They're backstage. Chelsea Green, who tells Nick Aldis that she has a formal complaint, and he's served. Nick Aldis opens the document. He begins to read it. Chelsea tells him that she'll rectify the injustice that the referee from last week. Nick Aldis tells her that Zelina Vega is going to be getting another match tonight and thanks her for the idea. Nick Aldis tells her that Secret Service is basically banned from ringside And then Chelsea Green starts to bitch and moan. Okay, who cares? Moving on. So we get a promo for SummerSlam. That occurs, and then Cardi B is going to be hosting the event. Oh my God. Oh no. No. Fuck this. This is lame. Like, no. This is so lame. Ugh. Like, Cardi B is so damn ghetto. Oh my God. Oof. Shit. Moving on. So, DIY, they're with the tag team titles, and Nick Aldis tells them to get back the tag team titles to him. The Street Profits and Machine Guns, they show up. All three teams, they start to argue. Security breaks it up. Nick Aldis grabs the titles and says that next week, their belts are getting hung up in the ring on the line in a TLC match. Why would you do... What? Just put this shit on WrestleMania. What the hell? What? That's just to pop a fucking rating. What? Oh my God. Oh. Fuck. I can't stand this shit. You mean to... I mean, why would you do this? This is dumb. Just add this match to WrestleMania. It's not gonna hurt. Oh my God, this is so dumb. You could have added this onto WrestleMania. It wouldn't have mattered whether it was night 1 or night 2. Just put it on the fucking card. Damn. Oh shit. Moving on. So Randy Orton, he shows up, and he says he didn't have an opponent for WrestleMania 41, and it's pissed him off for the last few days. He talked about how him and his wife got to meet a lot of fans in Vegas. He says that his father was in the very first WrestleMania, and 20 years later, he made his WrestleMania debut in the Garden. He says there's no way he's sitting out this year's WrestleMania. If he competes, it'll be his 20th. Randy Orton says he's going to throw it out in the universe. He'll show up on Sunday, boots tied up, geared on, and just the right amount of baby oil on his skin, pause, and get ready to deliver for the WWE Universe. He's doing it for him, his family, for the boys in the back. Orton challenges someone to step up, and he'll be there on Sunday ready to go. But they will fall victim to the 3 most dangerous letters in sports entertainment, RKO. And that was it. So good stuff there. I like this. Who's going to be Randy's opponent? Could it be Rusev? Could be. Because we know Aleister Black is going to show up next week anyway. So, spoiler, he's showing up next week. So, it would have to be Rusev. But do you want Rusev to lose like that in his first match back? I don't know. Moving on. So, Damian Priest, he wants to send a message to Drew McIntyre. The same guy who didn't bother to show up on SmackDown tonight. The same guy who tries to convince the world that he's a victim. He's not a victim yet, but he tells Drew that he's not ready for this fight, this violence. He tells Drew that he'll beat him so bad that he wishes that he was featured in Endeavor again at WrestleMania. He'll be bringing the punishment, and he'll bury him. Fuck this. I don't care about this. Moving on. Zelina Vega, she defeats Chelsea Green in a non-title match. She wins via the Super Code Red. Moving on, this leads us into LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa. Before the match took place, LA Knight cut a pretty decent little promo. He says what happened last week was inspiration. Week after week, Tama, Solo, and Jacob Fatu like to use the numbers and sneak attack. That's why he sneak attacked Tama Tonga. Next up is Solo, which means at WrestleMania it's just him and Jacob Fatu. LA Knight says he destroyed everything. Jacob destroyed everything in front of him, but LA Knight is a 2-time United States champion. He tells Jacob Fatu that Fatu has never seen anything like LA Knight. He tells Fatu that someday, somewhere, chances are that Jacob will be champion. But right now, he's talking about guarantees, and a guarantee is that tonight Solo will eat one, pause, and at WrestleMania, Jacob Fatu will eat a BFT with everyone saying LA Knight, yeah. So this leads us into LA Knight and Solo Sikoa. It ends up being a DQ because Jacob Fatu got involved. Then Braun Strowman and everybody, they all brawl. Nick Aldis comes out, makes a tag team match. So LA Knight and Braun Strowman, they defeat Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Who cares? So, moving on. This leads us into Tiffany Stratton. She tells him, my bad. Tiffany Stratton, she had a backstage interview with Wade Barrett. She tells him that over the last few weeks, she felt bullied and taken advantage of. A few weeks ago, during a screen sit-down interview, she had a moment of insane discouragement, like she wasn't made for this or cut out for it, but she turned that feeling into motivation. She went back to the drawing board. She did her research, and that next time she was going to go face-to-face with Charlotte Flair, she would have a plan. She got the kill shot to Charlotte Flair, and she says that Flair has to respect her now. Wade asks her what will happen if TV time ends at WrestleMania 41. She tells Wade that it won't happen, and this is one of her hardest matches. But she'll channel that discouragement and turn it into motivation. She says she felt taken advantage of, and at WrestleMania, not only will she walk in as champion, but she'll walk out as champion. Okay, pretty good stuff there. All right, moving on. So, Rey Mysterio, Rey Fenix, and Dragon Lee, they defeat American Made. Good stuff. Fun little match. Now this leads us into Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Their final face-off before WrestleMania 41, Sunday. This is a pretty decent little promo. So John Cena, he talked for about 6 straight minutes. He says that no one's ever had the courage to end their career like he has, and there's nothing that Cody could do to prepare to face someone who knows he's going to die. What John Cena is doing, people think is fake. I think he can't. He'll come back. He says because there's no such thing as wrestling, as retirement in wrestling. There's always one more match. He said the reason why most wrestlers come back is because they're scared and they're insecure losers. They need people to care about them, to post about them, to talk about them, because when they walk away, they're all alone. They're all alone by themselves with their pathetic lives. But he has joy and worth in his life. He doesn't need the fans. Cena says he warned them. He warned Cody. He said last year Cody won it, and everyone was raising Cody on their shoulders. But he had his moment along with him. Pause. He told him that every day that you hold it, it gets heavier. And on Sunday, it'll be too heavy for him to hold. Cena tells Cody that Cody will lose because he cares about the fans. Cena tells the fans they do not write history. Winners do. Damn, that was nice. That was a good line right there. Cena talked about how he won at the Elimination Chamber. He said he knew it would be impossible to beat him at WrestleMania. He said in one moment, all that changed. He said he changed that with the... My bad. He changed that with what he said to The Rock. And he said The Rock gave Cody a choice. So Cena realized that Cody doesn't stand a chance, and that and all that was left for him to do was something Cody couldn't do, and that was to prove to fans that they didn't matter. Cena tells Cody to beat him, he'll have to choose. He says Cody wears a suit because he wants to be somebody he has a tattoo because he wants to be somebody. Cena tells Cody he doesn't need the suit or tattoo because on Sunday he'll make him somebody. Damn. He tells Cody that Cody had a chance, and he'll realize that he's not a captain or the quarterback. He's a kid in a man's world, and that he doesn't have the balls to be the last world champion. So Cody is about to speak, but the fans won't let him. They boo him. So, basically, Cody asked John Cena if he knows. My bad. I'm sorry. Cody says that this is a different WWE, but since the go hadn't showed up since the Elimination Chamber, Cena called him underwhelming. Cody says that Cena is overrated and out of touch and out of time. He's more popular than Sting at 1997 Starrcade. And his comments about how Cody's an errand boy when the entire world saw that him at the Oscars naked, that being John Cena. He says he tells Cena that it's 2025 and Cody still can't. And that Cena can't wrestle still. So Cena says he doesn't have to wrestle. He hits Cody with the mic, tries to go for the AA, but Cody reverses it and hits the crossroads. Cody stands tall with the title, and that was it. So this was okay, I guess. It is what it is. We know Cody's losing on Sunday. We all know this. But what did you guys think of SmackDown? SmackDown was, like I say, okay. I enjoyed the Seth Rollins promo, and I enjoyed the Cody Rhodes and Cena promo. I think that was, interesting there. What did you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.